Hey, welcome back to Papa's Custom Cars. One of the things that I need to do, well, I've got about a million little tiny things to do, and one of them is the stereo from our family room. This is a surround sound unit. I had to replace it because when some guy fixed our electrical here, or did the electrical here in the house in the beginning, they messed up, and in the whole debacle of things where the AC got blown and a bunch of other things got taken out, the stereo also got taken out. So we're going to take a look here real quick, just some basic things that you guys can try if you're comfortable with electrical stuff. So let's get to it. So what we want to test is how our power is doing and all that kind of fun stuff. I don't have it plugged in yet. I just wanted to throw a bunch of warnings out there to anybody that's doing this type of bit of work. This is electricity. Again, if you don't know what you're doing, don't mess with it. Don't play around with it. This can hurt you really bad and even kill you, depending upon how much voltage and amperage and all the other stuff. This is not something you play around with just trying to figure it out. Start with something simple, a 9-volt unit or something of that nature, something that's not going to hurt you. I'm a little bit more comfortable in here with the electrical. I suggest that if you are going to mess with it, that you don't play with the power. Unfortunately, today I'm going to have to because I need to know where I'm not getting power to. I've already tested the main board, and I have power coming into this circuit board here. There are fuses on the board itself, and those fuses are not blown, which kind of baffles me. And you would figure that the first thing to go would be those fuses. There doesn't appear to be any burns on any of the circuit boards, so I'm hoping that, and this is just a cursory check. I'm not going to go any further than this at this time. I just want to get it tested. If it's not going to work, then I'm not going to mess with it any further. I've already replaced the stereo, but I want to check the transformer. That's what went out in the AC unit. It's pretty much where the input power comes in, and it changes it over to whatever the stereo needed or whatever it may be. Like for this one, it went to 24 volts, but this particular one, I would have to do a little bit of research, but I want to see first, is power going from the transformer on one side over to the other side? If the transformer is bad, the rest of it's not going to work. And like I said, we do have power coming in to the main board, just nothing going out. So, or I shouldn't say nothing going out, nothing turning on. So I am going to go ahead, plug it in, and I'm going to check the power here at the transformer and see what we have. So let's get with it. The only thing I'm going to use is going to be my trusty meter and check the voltage. Like I said, I'm not sure what comes out of the other side, but generally when a transformer goes bad, in many cases, nothing will come out the other side. So that's what we're going to find out. I have my trusty camera on my chest so that you guys will be able to see a close-up of what we're doing here, which is kind of nice, a nice change of things. So I got to get to it and figure it out. First off, I've got to plug it in. Can't do much without electricity. So let me move some things around here real quick. Okay, first off, we're going to set our meter to check voltage. First, I've got to put all my nice little covers off of everything. Put it away. Then we want to look for the voltage, which is right there. And our ground, which goes right there. And then we want to put it in 4 volts. Turn on our power first. And we want to go over to voltage. So first off, we're going to put her there. We just want to check and see if we have any power at all going to it. Coming in, I should say, which will be the black and red right there, or the hot and the common. So that'd be these two right here. So this unit itself has also a fuse in it right down in here. If you can see it, right down in there, there is a fuse. And if you look at it, it is not blown. I did take this fuse out and double check and make sure that maybe it wasn't burnt on one end or the other, and it wasn't. So we definitely have power there. So let's go ahead and turn on our power and see what we get. Yeah, see, we're dead over here. So odds are we're not getting power through here, but we'll find out here in a sec. So again, we'll check our voltage here at the wiring. And we're getting nothing there either. Oh, you know what? Let me go grab my other meter. What am I thinking? I do have another meter. Get the right meter. Use the right tools, is what they say. So we want AC volts. Because we got no power in here, we can set it right here so you guys can see it. And see what we've got for voltage. We'll plug this one in. Or I should say plug in the stereo. Make sure we've got power here to the main plug-in. So we go there, and there. So I find very strange. I'm not getting much. Yeah, see, I'm not getting much over here at all. And this should be giving me all kinds of power here. Interesting. Let's get that plugged back in. Let's check on the other side here. So I'm going to go to the hot here and to our common. Yeah, I'm getting 123 volts. If you look at the meter over there, you can see it. So we've got power coming to here. So we're good there. So we're going to use our common as our main test point. So we'll go to there. Oop, got caught down here. We're going to go to there. Look at our fuse. Got 123 on that side. 123 on that side. So we got power to our fuse. So we got power through here. So I would imagine this. So then we know we're good to this point here. So we should be able to get power over in this area too. I don't know exactly what is what, but we do know that common is always going to stay the same. It would be nice if I could, let me try this real quick, see if I can get this in here so it stays put. And then I don't have to fish it around and stuff. Okay, let's check it real quick. Yeah, that's not a very good one. There we go. So now all we can do is just go around with our hot and see if we've got power anywhere else. So somewhere in this switching, it's going to give us power. So if I would imagine correctly, this unit here is our power on, and this is going to push the power out to everything else. So I'm curious, did it take out the electronic switch? Because in some cases that's been known to happen too. And the switch is hiding back behind here, so getting to it would not be easy. Wish I could get to that switch. There's a lot of times in computers when the main power something happens to the main power, it will take out that electronic switch quick. So I'm thinking maybe that's what's doing it, because we're getting power right here as we should. We're getting power to our fuses. We're getting power to everything in this area. So we know that we're coming through to this area where the switch is. The interesting concept is, where does this go from here? So we're coming off of this in a few different places. We're coming off of it here, going to our transformer here. And we're coming off in this little one right here, also heading to the transformer. And then we're coming to these big main wires here out of the transformer. So we've got a hot, it looks like a hot here, so let's check it. No, that's not giving us anything. Nope. Nope, that's all like 4 volts. So basically what I'm going to have to do is break down the schematic and figure out where the switch's wiring comes from for the main input. So it's got to come from this switch telling something in this area turn on, or something here in this area. Well, no, this area would be just the TV sets. But something is telling something turn on. I wanted to check a few more things. I was just sitting here looking at it and thinking about it. Here on the side on the circuit board, you can tell that common is across the top here, and then your main is here. It goes from your main power into this unit over to your fuse, and then if you look on the bottom of your fuse, it comes out to this area here. So the curiosity is there power coming to here? And if you look at the meter, we have power going there. Let me tilt this up a little bit so you guys can see it a little bit better. But yeah, we've got power. So we touch it to there, and boom, we've got 121 volts. Come over here, 121. Come over to the fuse, 122. Over here, 122. So she's going to go down to here, I would think. Yeah, correct. So it's coming down to here. So it goes to this one. And we got 122. Comes out of that one to that's 21 volts there. 21 volts there. So she is going down there to that part of it. So you can almost trace a board by looking at the different routes of the circuit here and determine the direction that it's going in. But yeah, I thought I'd throw that one in for you. Anyway, that's all we're going to mess with today. I just wanted to get a general idea to see if the main board was burnt or if it was something along the lines. Still thinking it's the switch, but you can't quote me on it. I got to go look at a schematic on this thing, and then we'll go from there. But with that, make sure you like, share, subscribe. See you in the next video.